Good morning. I've come out of my computer lair to share a cup of coffee with you and reflect on a couple things of background for the results that you just looked at. There's something here you've never seen before, and there are a number of things that you don't see here, and it's very important that they're missing. Let me put the coffee down. I want to hold up a ruler. We've all seen these. I can take this ruler and I can measure my nose. I measure it as 5 millimeters. That's a little optimistic. It's a bit rounded here, so where do you measure? And my eyes are 7.5 millimeters apart. You make a number of measurements like that all over the face, and you'll be able to pull me out of a database just based on my facial measurements. But now look again. As I move the ruler, the length is changing on the screen. As I move my head, the distance between my eyes appears to change for you. That means that when we identify people by biometrics, that is, measurements of their body or some other property of their physical presence, if we identify them with biometrics, all those numbers are slightly uncertain. And in every encrypted method that is out there before BEDM, biometric measurements are encoded as exact measurements. And when you get two that are close, they don't match after encryption, and you say, that's not the right person. So you can't really combine older methods of anonymizing data with biometrics. With our method you can, because we do have a way of treating numbers and number ranges. And where number ranges come in with biometrics is, my eyes have a certain distance, but also an uncertainty, a little bit left and right. And you can match on that uncertain distance in our database. So there's something you haven't seen in older systems. Now you have seen, if you're an expert, problems with anonymized data. For example, Google has a so-called anonymization process where they remove the identity of the information they're recording about your web browsing and my web browsing. I don't know where you go on the internet, but I don't really like that idea very much. A New York Times article has shown what a number of experts know. This procedure is a simple veil over a deep problem. It is very easy by comparing anonymized data to pull out specific information, and in fact in the New York Times article they were able to identify some poor woman in the Midwest who had no idea that her internet data was being tracked and that so much was known about her in particular. This is just not going to work if you're a national intelligence agency trying to protect your sources in a foreign government. If the foreign government can dope out who it is over there that's sharing information with our CIA, then that person is gone, believe me. We, in this database, if you look back, encrypt everything. That prevents people from coming in and comparing different parts of the encrypted database to dope out information. We don't just simply anonymize identities, we anonymize everything but the bookkeeping fields. Big difference. The other thing that's missing here is that some older systems take the data, encrypt it, and say, okay, now people can share it. Okay? CIA encrypts, NSA encrypts, NIH encrypts, Centers for Disease Control encrypts, and they all poke around and they can read the data because they know about the encryption key. Where this fails is that even though the data is secure from outside parties who are not part of the plan, insiders can go into that available encrypted data and pull stuff out because they're part of the organization that's guarding the keys. In our system, it's much tighter than that. People working in the organization don't get the key that's used to encrypt the data. The encrypted document is not sent around generally. It's sent only very specifically to the broker. And this prevents insider scams that hurt people through the revealing information that should have been private. So there you have it. You have a new system for protecting data and yet using it and sharing it with the right person under the right conditions. And you have protections against problems that are exhibited in older systems. So I thank you for your attention, and I hope that you'll delve deeper into this website and find out more about the new method BEDM. Thank you.